guys, it's your boy Johnny B here today again, and we are going to start off today working on a 2006 Mercedes Benz R-350. You can see here, it's very nice van crossover type thing. It's got the AMG wheels on it. You know, it's always good to have those wheels on it. And I don't know if you guys have had this problem, but it appears to be very common on the R350s. If you can tell, see how this side, the wheel arc right there, you have a little gap in between there. This car's been sitting for about 2 days right now, and on this side there's no gap. It's almost tucking. So if this is happening to you, you see it, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's a little bit slanted. So they start to lean over a little bit, you know. And let's see. Let's get it started and put it onto the jack stand right there, so we can get to work on it. So what tends to happen on these vehicles is that the airbags start to go out. So this car has approximately 110,000 miles on it. Go ahead and turn it on. And what happens is that after 50,000 miles or so, some people even say 30,000 miles, the airbags, the air suspension, it stops to work. It starts leaning on one side, losing pressure. You know, a lot of people say there's like little height sensors. Other people say it's the airbags, and then others even the pump itself. So in this case, what we have here are both of the airbags are bad. I've only replaced one of them, which is the side that you guys see that still has a little gap in the wheel even after sitting for a while, because it's still holding pressure, while the right side of the van is already losing pressure, or basically lost all of it, and it's just basically bottomed out all the way. So let's go ahead and park this. Mercedes can be very specific when you are putting it on lifts like this, because you don't want to put it in any other place except for the actual plastics, rubber things right there that they have, so they can be lifted up. If not, you can damage the suspension or not. Now that it's under there and we verified that everything is in place, go ahead and give it a little lift. There she goes. Okay, first thing you have to do is lift it up. You know, if you have a jack, put some jack stands under it, or in my case, I have a lift, courtesy of the dealership that I work for. So the first thing that you have to do to get started on replacing the airbags is remove this wheel. So I have some tools that are not needed. You know, you could use the regular toolkit that comes with the Mercedes itself, or any car when it comes to changing a wheel. You can see that in another video that I will be posting later on, how to change a wheel, if it's needed. Put it in the comments. Okay. Let's get started on removing this wheel. Wheel removed. Okay, Mercedes uses a little bit different lug nuts for their kit. As you can see, they have holes in here the bolts go into. Different from your conventional US American cars, USDM, Japanese. Most cars come like that. The Euro cars, Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, Audi, All of them come like that. So you gotta be a little bit careful when removing the wheel. Obviously I had it a little bit high, but not a problem. Not that heavy. Let me give you guys a close-up of the airbag. This is the airbag right here, guys. As you can see, it's filled up a little bit, but they tend to leak through here. I already replaced one of them. And look at that. See these dry spots, cracks and stuff? Garbage. Okay. Let's go ahead and lift it up a little bit more so I can actually fit on the there. We'll be right back. Mercedes is up high enough. So this is the airbag, as you can see. It just basically sits in place. Nothing, it's not really bolted on or anything. So we look underneath on this side, on the back side, towards the inside, there is this little hose line right here with a little nut. So all you need to do is use a 10mm wrench and wrench it off. Most people recommend taking out the fuse for the airbags, but in this case it's off. Nothing bad should happen. Besides, I don't like really messing too much with Mercedes' electrical system, because of the fact that you'll get little lights on and stuff like that, and you don't want that happening. Because once a little light on your dash starts occurring, it goes down from there, because you actually have to take it into Mercedes, and that's where it can get very expensive. It's a little bit hard doing this with one hand, so I'm gonna cut to a clip so where we can get back to it. Okay guys, so what I did was disconnect this little line right here. As you can see right there, it's disconnected. All you do is just take it off right there. That's all you need to do. Just take it off slowly. You can see how all the air came out of the airbag. So all you have to do now is we're gonna have to get a flat screwdriver or a breaker bar or something like that we can stick in here, a crowbar or whatever you may have, whatever tools you may have. Just pry it down a little bit, and it should come off fairly easy. So let's go get that. There he goes. It's a little crowbar type tool. So what you want to do is you want to get it from the outside. You guys can see that. Just pry it in there. Just pop it down. Comes out like that, nice and easy. What you want to do is compress it a little bit. Just kind of give it a little push. It's not hard to do at all. And then just pull it out. Pull it out the bottom. Angle it up. And you bring it right through here. Kind of a snug fit. There you go. It's out. Looks like it just requires 2 hands to be able to do it. That's how we know it's the original item. And see how it's all dry right here. This is where it starts getting, you start getting little holes in this area, and that's where the air starts escaping slowly. Okay guys, now that we have the airbag off, you can go ahead and order these from Mercedes Benz themselves. My price, through the dealership, they're about $400. Regular customer price going into Mercedes, probably about $600 plus taxes. Very expensive. If you go to Mercedes Benz yourself and they check it out for you and you want them to do it for you, the bill comes up to about $1,800. So it can get pretty expensive, as Mercedes Benz always is. So we went a little bit more economic way, but not cheap at all. Nonetheless, ordered the airbag from arnott.com or Arnett. I don't know exactly how you pronounce that, but here it is. You see they're sponsored, or they use rubber from Continental Contact. which is very good tires that most German cars come with. So very high quality product. Let's go ahead and get started on installing this. As you can see, it comes with like its own little installation manual on how to, little extra pieces that you might need. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some pliers. You can get needle nose or whatever kind you have. We're just gonna grab this a little bit right here on the side and just get a hold of it and twist it a little bit. Just want to break it a little bit loose, and then you should be able to just twist it and it should come right out. There you go. This little piece right here actually comes with your installation manual. You can see right here. Also, this little fitting, the new airbag comes with it already. So all we need to do is pull back on this. There you go. See, we pull back, and we're gonna need. We can use a couple tools just to get this little clip right here. This little brass fitting, just to be able to take it off. Okay, now that we've taken this one out, like I said, instruction manual comes with the new one. We're gonna put this on. So follow me. It's gonna go right here. You know, you can push on it, you twist it a little bit, make sure it stays on there. Just twisting it. It's like a little screw right here. It's a little difficult to put it on, but you could use a plier also if you need to. Okay, there we go. Looks like it's all the way in. All that does is basically hold the airbag at the top, so you make sure it doesn't fall off. Okay. All you have to do, hold it with two hands obviously. You stick the screwdriver in between the little opening, and all you do is you twist it a little bit, and as soon as that happens, it should be open enough for you to just take it out like that. Piece of cake. Very easy to do. Okay, and then this just has some little O-rings on the inside that hold pressure on this line right here. So you just want to clean it up real good with your trusty rag. Give it a good cleaning. You know, use some degreaser or whatever you want to use. And just make sure it's nice and dry, the surface. And let's continue on. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get this ready. Oh look, my glove ripped. We want to put this on this little air hose right here, so we can have the new little brass fitting right here with the new O-rings that it comes in. So all you do is you basically slip it on, pull it back a little bit, and what we need to do now is get that little brass fitting. It's gonna be closed, so what you want to do is you want to use the same screwdriver, flathead, open it up a little bit and put it on there. Okay, now see, as you can see, we put on a little brass clip right here. It's a little bit difficult to do it with one hand, so I had to do it with two. So now that it's on there, you want to make sure that you don't, well, you can put it on the same exact spot, it doesn't matter, because right there there's no air seal. So what you want to do is get a hold of it with the pliers that you had before and give it a nice little clamp, just so make sure it stays on there. No, nothing too hard, just enough so it's nice and snug on there. So now let's put the airbag in. Okay, on the new airbag itself comes with a little plastic fitting, just basically hold everything in place. Psych. It's just to make sure unwanted debris doesn't come into here, into the airbag. So what you're gonna do is now is just gonna, same little 10mm wrench you used before, we are going to take this out. Make sure you hold it upside down, because that new little brass fitting that we took off for the other one, it's gonna be in here. You don't want it to fall inside the airbag. Cut this out. Drop the little brass fitting, but here it is. And let's put this aside for now. Let's go ahead and put this in there. So what you're going to want to do, press it down a little bit, just like So the first thing I did was go ahead and set it in there, as you guys can see. You back down here, you want to line it up. See how it has a little tab right there, so you can line it up. That's all you have to do. See if we can get a better view in here. Okay, there goes a little white thing we put on there. So all you want to do is you want to put the airbag directly center to it. Boom, and it clips on. That's all you have to do. It clips on. A little inflated in there. Down here it's going to be a little separate from it until the airbag actually fills up. It's when it fills that little gap. So what we're going to do now, all you have to do is go ahead and put this little air fitting with the air hose on it back into the little hole right here. So you want to do that by hand, because you do not want to mess up the threads on the airbag, because they're made out of plastic and you'll basically ruin the airbag and it'll be useless. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, so after you have installed the little fitting into the airbag, it should be nice and snug. You know, you want to get it all the way to the end, so the little o-ring on the brass fitting seals the air and you don't have air leaks. We don't want that, or else the Mercedes will keep on slouching a little bit. So let's put the rim back on. All you have to do is put the bottom bolt on there, and voila, it'll stay in place, it won't move around, and it'll be easier to put on the other bolts. You always want to start the thread by hand to make sure that you do not mess it up. There we go. The wheels on it. Let's get the jack back down. Before you bring it all the way down, you want to make sure that the airbag is stayed in place and nothing got out of order, or else we might damage it. So let's put it all the way down. Okay, now that it's all the way down, let's go ahead and start it up. Fill up the airbag, watch it level out. Okay, there. Telling us to wait briefly as it raises. So let's come outside over here. As you can see, this side started to lift already. It's a little bit of an angle right now, if you guys can notice. The right side is a little bit lower since the airbag is completely depressed, in reference to as it not having any air in it. Now that we turned it on, it should be filling up with air. You guys can see there, it's slowly raising up. You want to go ahead and listen for any little air leaks that you might hear. Everything sounds good. Look at that. Good job, huh? And that's how you install airbags on a 2006 Mercedes Benz R-350. This is the model that only has airbags in the back though. In the front it comes with regular shocks, struts. So let's look at the height. As you can see, it's still a little bit slanted, so we gotta let the air ride system has its own little sensors, little height adjustment sensors, and as soon as it's fully up there, you know, it might need to sit a little bit for another little while, settle back down, and then again starts up, and we'll be good. Alright guys, thank you for watching the video. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, it always helps out, and hopefully I'll be able to continue making these videos with all these cars that I need to fix. So hopefully it'll help out a lot of people, and sure, it will be a lot less expensive than taking it to Mercedes, for instance, taking it to the dealership. Most of the times, that's the common problem. Very rarely do you get the height sensor to go out, but or the pump. Those usually tend to be pretty good. Just airbags. It's not Mercedes' fault. It's just rubber, especially here in Arizona where it's really, really hot. It tends to happen. So, alright guys, thank you. Have a good day.